Figuring out cryptocurrency taxes can not only be confusing, but also kind of overwhelming. Now, a lot of us probably aren't really thinking about taxes too much in December, but there may actually be things that you can do before year end to help reduce your tax obligations or even increase your 2020 tax refund. And that is called tax loss harvesting. Now, I am no tax expert, but I was curious to learn more about this, and so I've teamed up with my friends at TaxBit and worked with their tax attorneys and CPAs just to get a little more information on how all of this works and how to better optimize your taxes. So tax loss harvesting is essentially the process of strategically selling assets that are currently in loss positions to lower your overall capital gains. So it's beneficial to realize the losses towards the end of the year, I don't know, let's say mid-December, in order to receive the tax benefits on your next tax filing. And as a reminder, you only trigger taxable events when you sell, trade, or spend your crypto. But even if you've just been buying and hodling, you actually may still have some tax loss harvesting opportunities. So you may be able to leverage losses to increase your tax refund or even offset gains that you may have from other investments like stocks. Also, just a little side note before we jump in, tax loss harvesting opportunities will be less this year because prices are high right now. So the likelihood that your crypto purchases are in an unrealized loss will really depend on when you bought them. But I still think it's an important topic to cover because staying closely connected to the market movement in late December can help you make strategic decisions outside of just loss positions only, but can also help you look at the assets that are in long-term gain versus short-term gain, or help you stay more closely connected if BTC does dip to a point where you can realize some losses, because we all know those dips can happen pretty quickly. So let's walk through a scenario of how tax loss harvesting works. Well, let's say you currently have $1,000 in realized capital gains for the year, but you also currently hold, let's say, a particular crypto with $2,000 of unrealized losses. Well, if you just hang on to that crypto and you don't make any changes, well, then you'll be on the hook for the full $1,000 in capital gains. However, if you sell the crypto and realize the loss, you will now have a capital losses of $1,000. So rather than owing money to the IRS, by realizing the loss, you'll be entitled to an increased tax refund by being eligible for the capital loss deduction. Okay, so where and how do you all get started with figuring this stuff out? Well, many of us probably use different exchanges and wallets, and so pulling all this data together can be overwhelming, and trying to figure this all out on your own can be very difficult. And so a tax software like TaxBit just makes it super simple to automate the process to make sure that everything is being calculated, reported, and filed correctly. So their tax optimizer will show you the optimal amount of cryptocurrency to sell in order to maximize your losses, which in turn can increase your tax refund. I really hope you guys found this kind of high-level overview of tax loss harvesting helpful. I am really excited to keep working with TaxBit's CPAs and tax attorneys to make more educational content about crypto and taxes throughout this next tax season. But I just really wanted to start with this video because I know tax loss harvesting is something a lot of us have questions on, and is something that can be kind of time sensitive to look into between now and the end of the year. So if you have any questions at all, please leave them below and I may be able to address them in a future video. So thanks you guys so much, and stay tuned for more educational crypto